They were bright. Their eyes were glowing. There was more all around.
That was so hard. I can bear. I was not even ready to believe my eyes.
Beneath the calm surface of warm Pacific Ocean, there lies the world, where possibility of existence of life was impossible, where sunlight cannot penetrate, where the pressure is so strong that is enough to crush the steel. For decades, this area was absolutely lifeless until recently. The scientists recorded the Mariana Trench. This new life form was unknown to science. It inhabits deep into the ocean where the pressure is 100 times more than the atmospheric pressure, where lights cannot even reach. And you know what? It is not even surviving. It is adapting to the conditions. Could there be something mysterious which is hiding in the universe? Let's find out. Chapter 1. The Discovery of the Abyss. In the end of 19th century, when the vast areas of ocean were still a blank spots on the map, British expedition who did a research in this field lowered a weighted line in the calm waters of Pacific. The procedure was simple. Release the rope, wait for it to touch the bottom and record the depth. But that day, the weight kept sinking lower and lower. 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers, 5 kilometers, 7 kilometers and more. The rope seemed endless. When the weight finally reached the bottom, the sailors realized what's beneath them, a castle of unimaginable depth. This was the discovery of Mariana Trench, a colossal underwater arc stretching over 2,000 kilometers deep sea. It was 100 kilometers wide and it was slightly west of Challenger Deep. It is the deepest known fracture of the Earth crust, plunging near 11 kilometers beneath the surface. If Mount Everest was placed at its bottom, its peak would not even reach halfway above sea level. Chapter 2. How Abysses Are Born. Let's look at the mechanism of Earth. Continents are enormous plates of crust floating on the molten metal. Oceanic crust is younger, thinner, and constantly renewed. In the Atlantic, continental plates move apart. The Americans move away from Europe and Africa. In the Pacific, opposite occurs. Oceanic plates move towards the continental margins and forged beneath them. This process is called subduction, the largest process of rock recycling on Earth. At the boundary between the old, dense Pacific plates and the light Philippine plate, the ocean floor bends and descends into the mantle. Thus, a trench of tens of kilometers is formed, accompanied by powerful earthquakes and change of volcanoes. This was one biggest geological fracture. Chapter 3. The depth that crushed with time. The pressure has always been the greatest obstacle for the researchers. As we go deep inside the sea, the depth increases. It is 100 kilometers in the middle and somewhere in 1000 kilometers at the bottom. This force is so strong that it can crush even metals and tear apart any stronger structure. In reality, many researchers have tried going into the depths of water, but they could not go beyond hundreds of kilometers. We have explored Sun, Moon, Mars and even other planets, but we have never been able to reach the bottom of sea. Chapter 4. A journey through the layers of the ocean. At the surface of ocean where the sunlight sustains life, here lives the phytoplanktons, microscopic plants. They are responsible for producing nearly half of the Earth's oxygen. 100 meters below, the light fades. This is twilight zone which emits its own glow. Bioluminescence becomes the language of hunting, camouflage and communications. Small fish, squid and planktons turn darkness into the shimmering cosmos. At the depth of 1 kilometer begins the world where sunlight doesn't exist. Temperatures drop, darkness becomes absolute. Creatures here have enormous eyes and transparent bodies. They have needle-like teeth and they are like the size of buses. Eel-like predators with trap of jaws and fishes with the glowing lures. They are adapting to life conditions here and they are living. Chapter 5. The Infernal Zone beyond 6 kilometers. Here, the cold combines with the atmospheric pressure which is equivalent to the weight of a building. The seabed is covered with fine sediments which are formed over millennials. Life here is rare, strange and translucent. Giant amphipods, hail sea pigs, fragile shrimps, boneless worms, some of the most delicate and jelly looking like fishes. But the most astonishing is the giant single cell organisms. Their solitary cells are the size of a soccer ball. In normal conditions, such life laws are impossible, but the depth creates its own laws. Chapter 6: A new discovery and a disturbing question. Recent discoveries of these new species in the Mariana Trench has become a troubling signal for science. This organism was found in depth where previously the life was considered nearly impossible. Its structure indicates long-term evolution, specifically under these conditions. They have not descended from above. This means deep sea ecosystem is far more complex than assumed. They are the mysteries, the fragment of the entire world hidden beneath the mysteries of water. That means we have just explored very accessible forms of life on the earth. The depths of the Mariana Trench indicates that there is yet more to be explored. Final chapter: Mariana Trench. We sent probes to Jupiter and understand everything about the comets, but we have not even explored even 1% of the ocean. There are big creatures and microorganisms living in the depth of ocean. They live for thousands of years. Their discoveries could help us to rewrite biology, medicine, geology, and our understanding of what life truly is. And mark my words, one day when the world will turn attention to the Mariana Trench, its darkness will reveal far more than we can imagine today.